Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... Whoa. Whoa. Ah! What? What's happening? Oh, God! Ah! Woo! Well, it was time for an upgrade. Welcome to the KayfabeKast! We're fresh off the heels of a great battleground, but now it's time to shift our focus onto Raw with Kurt Angle and his illegitimate son, Jason Jordan. Now I'm a sucker for these type of storylines. I love it because Attitude Era was full of them and takes me back a little bit. You know, it's a little throwback. A lot of people have complaints, but this storyline could be incredible if they just book it right. Now this past week on Raw, we saw that Jason Jordan has kind of a bit of a mean streak in him against Kurt Hawkins, and that was great. So now give Jason Jordan that initial credibility where he looks like a big tough guy, but then over a few weeks, get him to lose a few matches. He's going to start getting frustrated, and then Kurt Angle is going to try and console him and be like, hey, listen, you know what? It happens to the best of us. I used to lose my matches all the time, but it's about how you bounce back. Jason Jordan takes that advice from his father and then goes onto the ring, and then he should get disqualified in a match by beating someone repeatedly with a foreign object. What happens with that storyline is that Kurt Angle goes like, hey, listen, what are you doing? You need to relax because you're kind of going crazy here and this is not what I told you to do. And then Jason Jordan needs to try and confront his father and be like, hey, you know what? Don't tell me what to do. I know exactly what I'm doing. Just relax. See, I'm winning matches again because I have this edge now. Kurt Angle starts to worry and then he goes out to try and take care of his son. But then Jason Jordan turns on his father. Jason Jordan needs to take Kurt Angle out. And then he needs to make that emphatic statement saying that, you know what? You weren't there for me. You weren't there for me as a father. And today, I can stand on my own and you will do nothing. Jordan needs to go on a rampage and then Kurt Angle needs to bring his wrestler back. Kurt Angle will come out and say, you know what? You think you know what you're doing, but I am going to show you how it's done. I think that should set up a match between Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan, maybe even at WrestleMania. I think Jason Jordan has immense ability in carrying a match, and Kurt Angle, obviously the legend that he is, I hope he can still wrestle the same way he used to. But nevertheless, the story is going to be fantastic, and I would love to see that happen. My God! My God! My God! I still have not been put on the list. I'm very upset about that, but AJ Styles got put on the list this past week by the returning Chris Jericho. We haven't seen Chris Jericho since Kevin Owens took him out on SmackDown by wrapping that chair around his neck and throwing him into the post. But I think Chris Jericho is back, and who wouldn't be happy knowing that? I remember as a kid, before I even started watching wrestling, all the kids would come up to me and be like, suck it! And I'd be like, what the hell are they doing? What is this? Most of the kids would have that crotch chop shirt and it would say DX. And when I didn't watch wrestling, I didn't know what the hell DX was, but it was so iconic, it was everywhere. And even the kids had it, even though their parents had no idea what the fuck they were wearing. Number 2 on this list is... okay, I don't know why it's not... Oh, it's here. Yeah, the NWO! The NWO were black and white, iconic. Till today, people wear them in the crowds. You can still see the old wrestling fans still wear that t-shirt till today. That just shows you how iconic it is. Plus, one of the most iconic wrestlers was in the stable, Hulk Hogan. That's a double whammy. And number 1 is the Austin 316. I'm not gonna do that because I can't do it. But Austin 316 is the number 1 most iconic shirt of all time. How could it not be? Austin 316 is synonymous with wrestling t-shirts. The skull and the 316 just like right there. It's such a simple shirt, but it is so iconic because as soon as you see it, any wrestling fan, even a vague wrestling fan, someone who's not super into wrestling, would know that, hey, that is a wrestling shirt. Unfortunately, the Usos lost their titles at Battleground, but they got a measure of revenge on the New Day on SmackDown. Ty Dillinger and Sami Zayn, who seemed to make a great team, took out Mike Kanellis and Aiden English to take the number 9 spot. Jason Jordan making his papa proud. He is at number 8. It's the return of Jericho. Welcome back, man! He may have gotten low blowed at Battleground, but Shinsuke Nakamura gets his revenge on Baron Corbin. I love the storyline. Ambrose and Rollins might be getting back together, you don't know. They are at number 5. And now Bayley bouncing back, taking out Sasha Banks, and last week Alexa Bliss. She's at number 4. And Big Cass, who is taking out Big Show and Enzo Amore consistently, is at number 3. The monster among men has taken out Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe a number of weeks now. He is at number 2. And almost 48 hours after losing it, AJ Styles bounces back to reclaim his United States Championship. He is at number 1 after winning that triple threat. Now everyone misses Kurt Angle's wrestling. He was great. Everyone loved his matches. It was very exciting, very thrilling. And with SummerSlam coming up, do you remember what his last SummerSlam match was? And for those of you who didn't know, the first ever match on pay-per-view at Battleground was Alberto Del Rio versus Rob Van Dam for the World Heavyweight Championship. As you can see here, these are the people who got this answer correct. And if you would like to be on this list, just give me your answers in a tweet on Instagram or in the comments below. Now that's it from me, but I promised you some big news. And for all my fans, I will be going to SummerSlam! That's right, the Kayfabe Jobber is going to SummerSlam. I will be conducting some interviews again with my buddy Miles. We'll be conducting those interviews at the 2K18 launch party, which means we will be amongst the first people to play 2K18. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification button so every time I release a video, you will know, and you will be up to date for whenever I go and meet the superstar. So that's it from me. I will see you on next week's episode. Like always, Kayfabe Jobber, out.